Basic instruction number one is remember what you mean to the client. Remember what you mean to the client. Now, in this profession, a lot of times we've been taught to always put the client first, always be thinking of the client. I mean, how many times have you heard the saying, the customer is always right? What I found in my professional experience is that a lot of times the best way to consistently bring your best to each and every client is to turn your focus from the client and turn it inwards. So today we're going to talk about you. We're going to talk about your thoughts, your emotions, your feelings, your actions as an event professional. Now, I remember in the earliest days of my bed and breakfast when I decided to start to offer my services, one of the biggest challenges that I faced was how do I relate to the brides? I mean, think about it. At this time, a 29-year-old single man. Just imagine you go to meet a wedding planner about your upcoming event, you walk in and meet a 300-pound offensive lineman. It's not exactly what you envisioned when you decided to look into this business. So, I had to come up with a context, a mindset that really made sense for me, something that I could understand. It's really funny. So what I would do to try to get into the mind so I could understand what's going on in the mind of a woman that's getting married is I used to play this game in my head. And what I used to do was anytime I meet a new bride, new clients, I would pretend that we were back in high school and I was trying to get her to date me. And I know it sounds funny at first, but I'm going somewhere with this. So just stay with me, stay with me. So, now you remember when we're back in high school, when it comes to dating, we're all pretty inexperienced, right? So when I saw this young bride-to-be, what I saw was that same young girl. I imagined as a wedding planner, going through this process, that I'm dealing with somebody who wants to do something that she's never done before. She's really excited about doing it. And she's found the perfect guy to do this with. She's so excited, so ready to finally do this, even though she's feeling kind of nervous, even scared about it. So I imagine over the next couple of months, I will probably end up having a lot of conversations with her. It went something like this. Don't worry, there's nothing to be nervous about. I know all your girlfriends are doing this. Come on, this is what people do when they're in love, I promise, it's not gonna hurt at all, I promise, it's not. You trust me, right? Okay, so now you guys are all adults, so I'm just gonna show you the respect you deserve and tell it like it is. For me, the way I saw it was this event was as big a deal for her as her first love. So, you think about it when you think about it in that way, you realize that as wedding professionals, we only have one chance. We only get one shot to get it right. We only got one chance to make this perfect. And just like her first time with the wedding day, whether it is that enchanting fantasy that she envisioned, or if it's a painful, horrific nightmare, once it's done, it's done. And so that's just the same way with the wedding day. We spend months, sometimes even years putting this together, but we only have one wedding day. And whether we make it that perfect fantasy or it's a horrific nightmare, once it's gone, it's gone. Now, it sounds funny when you think about it like that, but here's what I'm trying to illustrate. Here's what I want you to realize. Even though you already have an idea, I want you to realize how big a deal this is for this particular individual, how big a deal it is for the client. Now, this is for us, a lot of times we have many clients, sometimes 40, 50, 60 clients, but for this particular individual, this day means her entire life. Everything that led up to this moment and that beautiful future she sees in her mind going forward from this point on. Now, what I want you to understand is what you're really being asked to do when you're being hired as an event professional. For her, this day means everything. In every single aspect of all the different aspects of the wedding, all of us that came together to make this thing happen. For her, for the client, you're just a lot more than hired help. To the client on this particular day, you're their hero. You're a superhero. Captain Marvel, Wonder Woman, Batman, all wrapped into one. And you're being asked to do your job, your specific job, what you do, whether it's the pastries, whether it's the gowns, whether it's the floral. You're being asked to do a specific job, one that only you can do to make this day perfect. And so you understand that in this moment, being that this day is the most important moment in this client's history, that you mean everything to them. You're everything. You're their entire world in this moment. And sometimes we can lose sight of that. We can lose focus, especially when we're dealing with a lot of different people. But it's important to remember what you mean to the client. So when you relate yourself in this way to your business, to your job, to your craft, your art, it's easy to every single week for each individual client to bring your absolute best. It can be a lot easier when you start to relate yourself in this way.